Hello and welcome to Platinum Live. My name is Darwin from Platinum North America. Thank you for joining our webinar this morning. Today we're going to talk about grinding discs and some of the major grinding discs that we carry. First of all, what is a grinding disc? Clearly it's a disc that grinds. Pretty easy, right? Grinding discs are made of two major components: the abrasive grain that does the removal of the metal that you're working on, and the bonding agent that holds it together and allows for even distribution of the abrasive grain throughout the metal. Today we're going to talk about four of our main grinding discs, and we're going to do a bit of an experiment to see which one lasts longer than the others. We're going to do it on two today. But first I'm going to briefly introduce our four of our main grinding discs. First we have our original grinding disc series. That's a soft bond. And then we have our original HD grinding disc. It's a hard bond containing pyrite, good for mild steel only and not stainless steel because it will contaminate stainless steel. We'll go into a bit more detail with each of these. We also have an aluminum grinding disc, a special blend of abrasive grains and bonding agent to prevent it from clogging on the soft metals, non-ferrous, like aluminum. And last but not least, we have our Razor Grind Plus disc. This one is a ceramic grain, whereas the rest are aluminum oxide. This does a great job at removing metal from all metal types, including mild steel and stainless steel. So we have a few other grinding discs, but these are our four main sellers. I want to go into a bit more detail, and what we're going to do is a bit of an experiment here with our original grinding disc as well as our Razor Plus grinding disc. And we're going to time it. We're going to grind for 60 seconds with each of these. We're going to take a weight of each disc before and after we grind, and we're going to take a weight of the metal before and after we grind. Using some simple math, we're going to extrapolate how much of the metal each disc removed and how long these discs should last for you compared to each other. First, I want to introduce you to the original Grinding Disc Plus. I'm going to walk up close to the camera so you can see this. Now, this is a soft bond. It's an aluminum oxide grain. It's good for all metal types, including steel and stainless steel. So it's good for reliable everyday grinding performance, long lifetime, aggressive stock removal with minimum effort. I believe it's a 24 grit, to be honest with you. Materials used is steel and stainless steel. It's free of all iron, sulfur, and chlorine, so it won't contaminate stainless steel. Once again, this happens to be a 24 grit. With that being said, we're going to take a brand new one of these discs, the original grinding disc here. We're going to take a weight before, and then we're going to grind a piece of metal with it. So first of all, the grinding disc we're going to use here, which is our original grinding disc. I'm going to put it on the scale here and weigh it out. It happens to be 206 grams. So I'm going to give it to my good buddy Warren. Say hello, Warren.
Good morning.
I'm going to write that figure down here. We're going to take a weight of this piece of metal, about 3/8 inch thick mild steel. Going to weigh that to get our pre-grind weight. And this happens to be 604 grams. I'm going to write these figures down. I'm going to let him load it up. Like I said, once he gets everything ready, we're going to grind for 60 seconds. And then we're going to weigh it after, see what happened. I'll get my timer ready for 60 seconds, and then we'll see what happens here. Or 60, my bad. We're going to go 90 seconds. So 1 minute, 30 seconds is what we're going to do. Awesome. So as you can see, I've got 1 minute 30 loaded up on here. 90 seconds. I'm going to start the timer when he starts to grind. I'm going to yell the 5-second countdown as the timer completes its cycle of 90 seconds. Are you ready, my friend?
Okay.
All right, let's do this. right, that was 90 seconds of grinding. Thank you very much for that. Looks like it took a lot of metal off, that's for sure. Now let's weigh that disc. Started off at 206 grams. Ended up at me having to turn this thing on so we can get a weight. 206 grams, it went down to 202 grams. 202. And how much is that piece of metal now? I'll let you put it on because it's probably really, really hot. There, that's sitting at 570. 570 is where that sits. 570. Fantastic. And now we'll weigh out the weight of the Razor Plus. Already weighed it, did I not? Or did I? I'll just make sure here. $208 grams. So that's the starting weight of our Razor Plus. Now we're going to move on. While he gets that set up, we've talked about the original grinding disc. I want to talk a little bit about our original HD grinding disc, which is right here. Now this has a high stock removal and extended lifetime. It has an abrasive grain and hard bond formula. It's very advanced. However, it is a hard bond, so the metal application is for mild steel, not for stainless steel. Now the key ingredient in this is pyrite, which cannot be used on stainless steel because it will contaminate it. But for mild steel, it does a completely amazing job with a high removal rate. We're going to move on now to our original aluminum grinding disc, which is right here. This one happens to be a 24 grit as well. So these original aluminum grinding discs are good for use on aluminum and other non-ferrous metals. Aluminum is a soft material that typically clogs up discs, so it requires a special grain and technology to resist this. It's got an advanced abrasive filler material to prevent clogging and glazing. It features consistent and efficient grinding performance. And again, its applications are for aluminum and all non-ferrous metals. Which moves us on to the disc we're going to experiment with next, which is the Razor Grind Plus disc right here. Now this is an advanced ceramic abrasive grain formula. So it's got powerful grinding performance on the toughest of materials. It's comfortable, it's operator-friendly grinding experience. For the materials, you can use this on steel or stainless steel. And again, just like our original grinding disc, it's free of chlorine, sulfur, and iron, so it will not contaminate stainless steel. So it lasts much longer than standard discs. The key component in this is ceramic, so it doesn't require any pressure whatsoever when you use it. You do not want to press down on this because it will actually impede the performance of this disc and reduce the life of it. All you need to do is touch it down, hold it gently onto the material, back and forth, and it removes that material super quick. So with that being said, we've weighed out this disc. Let my good friend come back here, and we are going to once again do a 90-second test on this. We're going to grind that same metal down for 90 seconds using the Razor Grind Plus disc. It started out at 208 grams, and remember that piece of metal that we're using is now 570 grams. We're going to get our timer ready. I've got 1:30 on this bad boy right there. And once again, when he starts to grind, I'll start the timer. I'll give him a 5-second countdown when the time is almost over. You ready, my friend?
Okay.
All right, let's do this. All right. Thank you very, very much. Warren, I appreciate it. So that was 90 seconds of grinding with our Razor Grind Plus disc. But now we're going to take the weight of that disc that we just used. Additionally, we're also going to take a weight of the metal now that the metal has been ground up. So this disc started at 208 grams. It's now 206 grams. So it lost half the material compared to that of our original cutting disc. And now this hot piece of metal that we just ground ends up at 523. 523 grams. Fantastic. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Now look what's happened here with regards to the performance of each of these discs. As it turns out, our Razor Grind Plus disc removed 38.2% more material than the TO6124. And it also lasted 104% longer than the original grinding disc, which means in this case, this disc is going to last 3 times as long as the original grinding disc in this case. It removed twice the amount of material compared to the original grinding disc in the same amount of time. So as you can see, our Razor Grind Plus disc has a superior performance. Now remember that original grinding disc as well as our Razor Grind disc does not grind aluminum. We recommend our aluminum grinding disc because aluminum and non-ferrous metals are soft. They do tend to clog most discs. That's why our aluminum grinding disc has a special formulation to prevent clogging and glazing. So please bear that in mind. Otherwise, you can see the difference in performance between these discs. All these discs qualify for our Grinder for Life program, our GFL program. If you don't know what that is, the purchase of 250 qualifying items, of which all of our grinding discs are part of. Purchase of 250 of these discs allows you or your customer to register and receive a free grinder, angle grinder, exactly like this one, and it's warranted for life. You can see it at grinderforlife.com if you want more information. Thank you very much for coming out. Before you go, I wanted to say that everybody that's watched this video, if you tuned in for this webinar today, you're all going to be entered into a draw for a free car polishing kit from Renegade Rental Products. Renegade Products Off-Road Detailing Kit. It's a fantastic disc, a fantastic kit. We're going to be making a draw for this in a couple of weeks on Wednesday, I believe August the 5th. So tune in on that webinar. We'll be sending out an email. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach me at sales@platinumna.com or darwin@platinumna.com. I appreciate you coming in from all of us at Platinum North America, including Warren and myself. Thank you so much for coming out. We've enjoyed your presence today. We'll see you again. Take care.